Well, hello friends, and welcome to another video. As you can see, I have finally dubbed Petaluma. I was trying to use these weird, like, ransom note stickers I had, but now it just kind of looks like a weird drive-in. You know, the chaos is kind of my vibe, so we're gonna leave that, but we're gonna rewarp Petaluma here, because I just don't want to use this incredibly rustic, which is our nice word for trash, yarn anymore. It's frustratingly rough, and there's not that much left on the beam or whatever they've called it in this one. I completely have forgotten. Drawing a blank. Anyway, Petaluma is going to get rewarped in these two colors of green, because after the can this child's toy loom make houndstooth, and the answer was sort of, because we learned about how many warps per inch you need, or ends per inch. I don't know why they don't call it WPI and call it warps per inch, but they call it ends per inch. Whatever. There was not an ice cube's chance in hell that that was going to work on that loom, now that I have found an actual chart that details that. And I will link that chart down below. A woman has posted a helpful chart that gives you some basic idea of how many ends per inch you will need for whatever material you may be using. So, I don't even know that this is the correct number of warps for what it is using, but we have 54 total that we can use, and we are going to use this yarn, but we are going to use it doubled over. So it will be roughly that thick plus a little, and then we will also weft it double, so that hopefully we will be able to see an actual houndstooth happening. Also, we'll be rewarping, and then it should look kind of cool if we have different colored warps anyway, and then if we get tired of doing that, we can do a warp float. And do that thing again, because we learned how to do that on Petaluma. She's a real trooper. The weird thing about this is that there appears to be Velcro involved, which is new to me. I have not heard of a Velcro warp, but I have had a tapestry loom for, oh my god, they gave you so much of this. Why? Why? There's so much. Okay, there's paper. What is, oh, okay, there's the, okay, so there is the one strip of Velcro. Okay, well, you know, I don't agree with that on principle. Just generally, I think that's not sufficient. Anyway, we will be, oh my god, save that. We will be rewarping Miss Petaluma here, and I will record that as we go along. We'll be doing the every other thing where we want houndstooth, or like two and two. It's not every other. It's 2 and 2. It's 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah. So we'll be doing the 2 and 2 dealie. I'll go. Oh god, this has already gone awry. Ah! No. Okay. So we will unhitch Miss Petaluma here. This is all of our practice. Look at, there's a warp floats that we practiced, and the nightmarish, weird. I was, you know, we're all trying. We're all trying. There's also some warp floating. And then here's when I was learning to do my very first parts. I could probably make that into a mug rug. We won't throw it away. I was going to throw everything away that I had made. Oh, this is much less terrible than I remember it being. We'll save that. We'll make like a horrible little table runner or something. All right, and then here is the other side of the Velcro. I find that bizarre. All right, well, we have 54 holes that we can use. Cool. I'll turn that into something, I guess. Oh, that looks better than I thought it would for some reason. I wonder what will happen if we full that. There's a freaking lot of it. All right, well, that's an experiment for another time. I would like to rewarp Petaluma, and I have all my warps hanging over there on the door of the create room. So we're gonna do that, and I'm going to make it double thickness so that it will. Why is there more space on just that one? What the hell? Does anyone else see that? That's a bigger space. But so is that. Why? I don't like it, and I won't respond to it. That's a question for someone who knows more about weaving than me. All right, I might try to find some like rubber bands to like hold this up so that it's easy for me to pull the fabric through. We'll see. I'm not that committed to the ease of my own life. All right. Well, I'm going to probably put on music now so that it's not just me rambling inanely for the next hour and a half as we get this little booger all warped up. All right, thanks for coming along, and if I've earned your like or subscribe, you won't know, but if you could just like or subscribe now or leave me a comment, that'd be great, and then I won't bother you again in the rest of the video. All right, let's get started. Okay, as you can see, everybody is in, and everybody is attached gently. Well, I've smushed them down well, but I'm not going to pull on it and trust it. This is a peg loom we're just using to organize. That's not a part of this. That's for a later video. So Petaluma is ready to, I'm just going to cut these. I'm not going to try to untangle them because I've got them wrapped every which way around this thing to keep it sturdy. Then we will start rolling it up on that side. When we get to this side, we will attach all the ends as we did before, and then we shall have a loom that is warped. But we need the heddle to be down and loose and not creating any tension of its own. So that's what we'll do first, I think. All right, I just wanted to let you know that pinning it up here was also very helpful. So I could see that I had one up, one down for each color set, because it's 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and then I just put a little border on the edges as we tried to do on the other one. But I did a more significant portion in the center, so we'll actually be able to see it. All right, well, we'll get started on freeing the heddle and tightening this all up. So through no fault of her own, Miss Petaluma is a little crookedly warped because I don't pay attention to what I'm doing, and I started in what I thought was the middle. It was almost the middle. It was about 2 off from the middle. Anyway, because of that, she looks a little cattywampus. And no, she's not aligned with the back to the front. And we're all just going to have to come to grips with that. Because that's how she's warped now. And there's no way to fix it. I mean, I could unwind just that bit and rewarp. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not going to do that. Anyway, I put these two shuttle sticks here. So I have something to lightly tamp against. And then we have our doubled over weft to see if we can't get ourselves a proper houndstooth. All right, well, might as well get it over with. Well, as you can see, we finally got the proper DPI, warps per inch, ends per inch, whatever, that we required. I will link that very helpful chart below, but basically what I surmised, like basing it off of the chart, I didn't have the exact yarns that she listed on the chart, but I surmised that something that was this weight in singular would require roughly 12 to 16 different, I'm losing my train of thought. It would take 12 to 16 different, separate warps per inch. This one is actually only 8, roughly, warps per inch on this, comb of the heddle. I think this is called the comb, and the whole thing is the heddle. Theoretically, you would change combs, I guess. Anyway, this heddle is only 8 strands per inch, roughly. If you hear snacking around, it's a very naughty cat who shouldn't be in my office. Anyway, this one, so to make that work, because this singular yarn, not doubled up, needed 16, I only had 8, doubled up the yarn, and it worked. And we have a very proper houndstooth. Very nice. And also the warping technique worked well. I used a little piece of foam to give it further tolerance for the differences in thickness, or not thickness, but tightness. And I think it came out pretty great. All right, well, I guess I'll just work this, but we've officially rewarped it. It was very easy, one of the easier rewarping experiences I've had. And honestly, doubling over the yarn made it really easy because I just pulled it through with a crochet hook. So I have to recommend that. And I only put these little wooden thingies in because I had borked up the squareness of my heddle because I started in the middle like a ding dong. I mean, it worked out, but you know, not recommended. Anyway, I'll probably do a review to show all the stuff that I weave on this loom sometime soon. But otherwise, I really thank you for coming along on yet another experiment. It was easy to rewarp this, and I don't think you can really tell so much that it is just doubled over. I think it looks great. So I'll just continue going on with this, and someday you will see it and probably see a part that I did in the 3-to-1 warp float, because that looks cool, and I'm sure it would look really weird with all these fun warp changes. Anyway, I hope you'll come to another experiment, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I really like how this looks together, and I don't know what I'll do with it after, but because they're only about 7 inches wide, so until I get a bigger loom, we're making very, very small objets d'art. I guess I could just make a whole nother set of mug rugs. It's a cool mug rug, don't get me wrong. I don't know that we need that many more mug rugs. Maybe I could sew it onto a pillowcase. Well, that's a problem for another day. We'll just get this all woven up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!